Okay, welcome RJ to Role Models Podcast. It's so wonderful to meet you. Today we're at Monument Jiu-Jitsu. He came all the way down from Maryland, competing tomorrow, which is really exciting. We can't wait to watch you. But you came all the way to Monument to help us film this episode, which is awesome. So thank you for being here.
No, thank you guys. I saw you guys on Instagram. Love the name of the podcast, and that's why I reached out. And I think it's so cool to be here in Colorado for a podcast and competing.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So explain a little bit like who you are, what you do, that kind of thing.
I do jiu-jitsu. That's what I tell everyone. I have a full-time job. I work for Special Olympics, but I tell people I do jiu-jitsu. I travel the world to compete in IBJJFs and AJPs. Not just competing, but also teaching seminars like promoting disability in combat sport. Hopefully one day jiu-jitsu becomes an Olympic sport and in turn becomes a Paralympic sport.
That's really cool.
So you're competing at Denver Open tomorrow, right? So I want to ask you about your jiu-jitsu journey a little bit. So kind of when did you start training and why did you start competing?
I started training back in 2011, I think, somewhere around there. I graduated high school in 2011, so somewhere around that area. And I started because I've always loved combat sports. I grew up watching Uriah Faber, Jose Aldo, Donald Cerrone, all those guys, and I wanted to fight. I wanted to be a cage fighter. And obviously because of my cerebral palsy, I couldn't pass the medicals. Like, I get it. I understand. But that's how I found jiu-jitsu. And I was at a gym that had a really good competition team. But I said I was only going to compete once at every belt level, just to show my coaches that I can do the moves against somebody of equal skill. Competed once, fell in love with it. But I was like every other typical blue belt. I got my blue belt, went off to college, took years off, and then COVID happened. You know, the whole shebang.
You came back, right?
But I came back. I told everyone.
Yeah, that's so true.
I told everyone I wasn't quitting. I'd come back, and I did come back, and now I'm a brown belt. So
That's awesome. And you just got your brown belt in November. How are you feeling about that?
it was a surprise. I had signed up for Europeans at purple belt, and I was going to be the one or two seed in the purple belt division. And I felt like really good about it because like I was winning matches at purple belt, something I didn't do at blue belt that often, but I was winning consistently at purple belt. So I was like earning the points I got. So I felt really good about being the number 1 or 2 seed. But then I competed at the New Jersey Open, and probably the best I've ever competed. Ended up making the finals of the absolute division. Have no idea how I did that. Competed against a guy that was like 375 pounds in the finals. He was very nice to me. I started inverting on his leg, and he submitted me, and he was like, dude, I couldn't let you foot lock me. He was like, I would never be able to walk in my gym knowing that I got beat by a 145-pound guy. But that tournament specifically, I hit a few barambolos in the absolute division. I lost 2-0 in no-gi, only because the guy had a submission out of bounds. So 2 points, and I couldn't get those 2 points back. And then I lost by an advantage to the number 1 ranked purple belt in the world. So that Monday after the New Jersey Open, my professor gave me my brown belt. And my training partners were like, dude, it's time.
Yeah, well deserved, man.
They were like, that tournament showed that you were ready for a brown belt.
Yeah. Well, how often do you compete every year?
Last year it was like 12 or 13 times. It was a lot. I mean, this year alone, I've already competed multiple times, and in Portugal and London already. And I'm competing in Rio de Janeiro in July.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Brasileiros, right?
No, that's going on right now.
Oh, that's right, it is. What's in Rio?
The AJP Grand Slam, they have a adaptive division. So I'll be competing against guys with CP.
That's amazing. What do you love about competing? Like, what pulls you to it so much?
I just love the competitive nature. I've always been a competitor my entire life. Since I was a little kid, I played sports. And so I think like knowing you have a goal in mind and knowing you have to be on weight and be disciplined with the training, there's just an extra layer that's added to it. If competition wasn't a thing, I don't know if I'd love jiu-jitsu or even do jiu-jitsu.
That's interesting. And you said that you go to a competitive gym as well, right?
Yeah, we have jiu-jitsu competitors, we have MMA guys, we have kickboxers, we have boxers.
Okay, so it's very like normal in your gym to like compete often and be a competitor there?
I mean, everyone competes, but there's like 3 or 4 of us that really take it seriously and compete on the IBJJF and AJP circuit. Most other people just do, the tap cancer outs, the grappling industries, the Nagas. But there's like 3 or 4 of us that really take it seriously and trying to podium at the majors.
Yeah.
Did you start competing at white belt?
I did.
Oh, that's awesome. We always tell people at our gym, like, if you're going to start competing, like, start at white belt. Like, don't start at blue where, like, there's this wide gap of, like there's...
Like the barrier entry is like...
Right. Like, there's blue belts who've been training for, like, a year and a half, and there's blue belts who've been training for, like, 8 years, Like, white belt is where to start. So that's awesome that, like, you started at the beginning, and that makes sense why you've continued to compete throughout because, that's where you start, for sure.
Yeah, and blue belt is such a, like... They're so aggressive and spazzy and fast and athletic.
Relax.
Like, I'm 32, so I'm technically Master 1. I still compete in the adult division every now and then.
Yeah.
And every time I do, I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Like, these 18-year-old brown belts and 18-year-old purple belts, like, this is... And the jiu-jitsu's getting better and better. Like the younger they get. I mean, look at these AOJ kids.
Dude.
Like they're hitting barambolos better than most adults I know.
I mean, we study the AOJ like yellow belt kids for our own training.
Yeah.
Because
it's
so good.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we talk about that every single time we go to, we always try to go to JujutsuCon and, Master Worlds every year. And I feel like every single year we go, the level just increases, right? And it's not just like the adult black belt division that's getting better. It's every division that's getting better. It's like Master 5 brown belt or Master 3 blue belt is so much better than it was 5 years ago, Like the level just keeps increasing, which is so cool.
And competing in the adult division, like what makes you sign up for the adult division? Is it because there's nobody in your current division or like you just want an extra challenge? Like,
I wouldn't say it's an extra challenge. I think it's more I'm going to keep doing it until my body says enough. I still believe I can hang with some of the adult competitors. Maybe not like the top tier guys, but I still believe I can hang with a good amount of the adult competitors, and my jiu-jitsu is good enough to win matches. So until my body says, hey man,
stop.
Stay in the Masters division, I'm going to keep signing up. And it's also... who signs up? I mean, like Nogi for Denver, there's nobody in my division. But I wasn't going to go up 2 weight classes. When the points only follow you 1 division up and 1 division down.
Right.
So I'm just weighing in and getting my medal.
Yeah.
Nice.
I understand.
And I'm going to do the absolute division too. But
Oh gosh.
So
You got like the strength and bravery. Like we don't do this.
I want to ask you about this, right? Because this is something like I always get really nervous for competition, right? And I'm always like, man, like what if this, what if this, what if this? And then I was like watching your Instagram post of the day from IBJJF from Euros, and you just start the match like on fire, ready to go. You throw yourself into the position, right? Like where does this spirit come from? I know you said you've always been a competitor, right? But like, are you nervous when you go to compete? Like, how do you feel?
oh yeah, I mean, if you're not nervous, you're doing something wrong. I mean, Tom Brady even said before every Super Bowl, he got nervous. And he is the greatest quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, and he still got nervous. I still get nervous before every match. It's just, I know I need to get to the jiu-jitsu before my opponent does because of my physical limitations.
Yeah.
So I need to pull guard first.
Right.
Because if I don't, I'm going to be flying armbar again. And I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, okay, I'm really excited to ask you about this because I want to ask about, like, what is your jiu-jitsu game built around? Like, what do you like to do? Like, what kind of jiu-jitsu player are you?
This is going to shock a lot of people when they find out what cerebral palsy is and what the physical limitations.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big berimbolo guy.
That's awesome.
I am a big berimbolo guy. Like, I sit guard
Nice.
and get straight into the De La Riva berimbolo into mainly footlocks.
Okay.
I'll do the bolo on the leg.
Yeah.
Straight into the footlock. But if I can take the back, I will, or come up for the sweep. But if I'm not inverting, my teammates are always like, "Dude, you okay today?" Like, you have a rough day at work or something?
Why aren't you upside down?
Well, let's get into your cerebral palsy. So, for people who don't know, can you talk about what that is and the limitations and all of that?
First off, kudos on pronouncing it correctly.
Let's go.
Because so many people pronounce it incorrectly.
Okay.
It makes me laugh. I know it's some people's pet peeves, but it makes me laugh. But it's a neurological muscle disorder that affects the nerves and muscles in your body. It's different for everybody. So for me, it affects my right leg and right arm. Some people, it affects all four limbs. Some people, it doesn't. And then there's an intellectual disability part of it. Some people, it's strictly physical. And then some people have like learning disabilities and whatnot. I wasn't able to do math or science in college, but maybe that's just because math and science in college is hard.
Yeah.
But it affects my arm more than my leg. Like when I grip things, like I need my left hand to assist getting the grip. And then my leg is affected too, but not as much.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask how that affects your jiu-jitsu. Like, what can and can't.
Oh, it affects. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think every move I've had to adapt or modify, but I've always found a way. Like, I don't know how I berimbolo. I really don't know. Like, some people will always ask me like if I can like teach a berimbolo or like show them how to do something, and I get to the position and I'm like, I don't know how I do this. I just do it.
Nice.
And part of it's because like my body isn't supposed to move the way I'm moving in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
I went to see my neurologist a couple years ago, and she wanted me to start physical therapy again. And I told her I did jiu-jitsu, and I was showing her videos and pictures, and she was like kind of amazed and speechless because she was like, with the type of CP you have, you should not be able to move the way you're moving.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's a testament to my coaches and teammates, like not taking it easy on me. They don't roll me any lighter just because I have CP. If anything, they roll me harder because I compete. And we always joke, like, they're like, dude, I'm not letting you submit me. They're like, I can't let a guy with one arm submit me.
Oh, that's
So it adds motivation because I'm like, all right, I'm going to get you that one. One day I'm going to get you.
That's right. That's
those are
right.
some good teammates right there.
Yeah. So from the perspective of maybe like a gym owner, right, or somebody running classes, is there something that you find frustrating or something that you would like gyms to do more of?
Just the openness and willing to like step out of your comfort zone in like teaching styles. I think everybody that teaches has a teaching style. And I think adaptive athletes in particular might get nervous or be afraid to come into a gym, especially like a jiu-jitsu gym, like it's a combat sport. Sometimes people think it's violent and they can get hurt. I mean, injuries happen, but people with disabilities have that fear of getting hurt more than the typical person. But just being understanding that, you know, if they need to sit out or they want to take things slow, like it's okay. And then when you're showing the technique, have an understanding that how they get from point A to point B might not look like everybody else, how they get from point A to point B.
Right.
Like my professor was showing a move from De La Riva guard last week into an omoplata, and I had to skip like 2 different steps to get the grit because it just wouldn't work for me. And he walked over and he like made a joke. He was like, "Hey, that's not what I'm teaching." And I'm like, "VJ, this is what I can do, man." I had to skip some steps, but I figured it out. Like I modified it. But I think some instructors might get offended that you're not doing the technique their way.
Right.
And it's possible that an athlete might not be able to do it that way.
Right. I mean, have you ever had a situation where someone is like a training partner or someone's like rude about it, like doesn't want to partner with you or something like that because of they're just like worried or nervous? Or I mean, you said if people are more open about it. So I assume that means like not avoiding the subject.
Yeah, I've definitely had instances. It's typically the white blue belt, you know, and it's typically like a teenage boy that the ego. But then they get to know me and they roll me and they're like, "Oh, you're actually pretty good at this." I've had one guy, I could tell he was rolling me different and going lighter. And like a week later, he messaged me on Instagram and like he apologized and he was like, "I didn't know how to roll you because you're a CP." And he was like, "I just stalked your Instagram page for like an hour." And he was like, "Dude, you're really good." He was like, "You're really good at this." So yeah, I have had interactions like that. I've also had a coach come up to me at a tournament and basically tell me I shouldn't be in the IBJJF brackets because the other athletes are trying to make a name for themselves and they don't know how to roll me. And it's taken an opportunity away from them to like highlight their jiu-jitsu. And I just kind of looked at him and I was like, "Dude, I won my first match." Like, I just lost to the guy that ended up getting gold and got his brown belt on the podium. I didn't lose to just an average Joe, man.
Yeah.
But that was the only experience from like the coaching side of it.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask, like, from the training partner's perspective then, right? Like, how do you feel like people should be rolling with adaptive athletes? Like, what do you look for in a training partner where you're like, "Oh, this is my guy. Like, I love rolling with this guy"?
I think it depends on the adaptive athlete. Obviously, I'm a competitor, so I want you to roll me like you would any other competitor, and give me the looks that somebody my level is going to give me. But there's going to be adaptive athletes that just want to train for physical therapy or just to get in shape or just, I mean, there's a lot of people in this country that have disabilities live in group homes. They don't get out that often. They don't get a lot of social time. So a lot of times they're just looking for activities just to be around people, just to create a community. So they're not coming here to get beat up. They're coming here to have fun and make friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm coming here to get beat up. Like I want the good hard rounds. So I think it's case by case.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, they don't know how to have that conversation, right? Of how can I be a better training partner for you, right? Do you appreciate when people ask you that kind of thing? Like, from the training partner's perspective, what can people do to be better training partners for adaptive athletes?
Yeah. I actually have a really good example. He's a blue belt now, and he's getting better, but he's still a blue belt. But he's a really good guy, and he's a firefighter. And so he's dealt with individuals with disabilities before, but not in like a jiu-jitsu space. And he would always purposely not attack my weak side. And he finally came up to me privately after class, and he was like, "Hey man, like, am I being a good training partner? Like, what can I do better to support you as an adaptive athlete? What can I do better to help you improve your game?" He's like, "I know you're a brown belt. I just got my blue belt, so I don't know if I can give you the looks you need." I was like, "Man, just roll me like you would anyone else. Like, attack my weak side. Like, I'll tap. Like, I'm not gonna let my ego break my arm in the training room."
Yeah.
Right.
Like, obviously there's like cases where like I won't tap right away.
Right.
But those are like competition rounds, like we're training hard. But that conversation meant a lot to me. And now we're good friends in the gym, and I look forward to training with him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that should be normalized, like asking everybody you roll with, what can I do to be a better training partner? Like, how was that round? How did that feel for you? Like, I think that should happen all the time.
Absolutely. And I think I've been seeing this a lot on Instagram lately, but it's okay to say no to a round. Like, there's certain belts, certain colored belts and white belts at my gym that I won't train with because I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
They're too spazzy or they're too big. And they always joke with me. They're like, "Dude, you do the absolute division. What are you talking?" I'm like, "Yeah, but that's like a one-time thing." Like,
Yeah, you're not doing that every day.
Not
but
in the training room.
I saw Fionn Davis was talking about it. So he was like, "It's okay to say no." And for the longest time, I was afraid to say no. Like, I thought I had to say yes to everyone. So I would roll everyone. And then if they asked me to stay after class, I would stay after class and get those extra rounds in. And of course, that's when like the injuries happen, is after class. But it wasn't until like purple belt that I finally like started saying no. Like, no, thank you. Like, nothing against you, but right now I'm focusing on a certain aspect of my game, and your body type and style of jiu-jitsu just doesn't fit into that goal of mine right now.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that should be normal.
Yeah, for sure. So I was going to ask you also, so we talked a little bit about from the maybe gym owner's perspective or a training partner's perspective. And since you work for Special Olympics, I especially want to ask you about this. What do you think that tournament organizers could do to support you better, right? Like, I know you said AJP has an adaptive division. Like, would you like to see that in IBJJF or other competitions? Like, what do you think the tournaments could do better?
Oh yeah, that's one of my biggest goals within competition is I want to get the para divisions in IBJJF because AJP does such a fantastic job, but they only host adapted divisions at the Grand Slams, which is a blessing and a curse.
Right.
Because it's awesome that, if I win a adapted division, I'm a Grand Slam podiumist, like medalist, but they only come 4 times a year.
Right.
There's only 4 Grand Slams a year. And you have to travel to other countries, and not everybody has the means to travel. So I'd like to see more para tournaments, or just the first para tournament in IBJJF. I've talked to them about it. They're open to having like exhibition matches, but they go by belts.
Right.
AJP adapted division is all belts put together.
So there's more.
And all weights put together. Because there's just not enough adaptive athletes to have individual belt divisions.
Do you like that format during AJP? Like, do you think that makes sense? Or would you want IBJJF to do something similar?
I like it only because I can say I'm 2-0 against black belts. I mean, I beat 2 black belts as a purple belt in the adapted division. But I don't like it from the side of things that you're asking a white belt to get in there with a purple, brown, black belt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're set up for failure from the start. Not saying a white belt can't beat upper belt. They absolutely can, especially in the adapted divisions when everyone's mobility and functionality is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
But in the large scheme of things, like, you're setting them up for failure, and they should have an equal chance to compete against other opponents of equal skill set.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not asking them to go in there with a 5th degree black belt.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's a tough intro to the
Yeah.
to the sport.
there's a guy, they call him Cowboy. He's from Brazil. I haven't gotten to compete against him yet, but he's an amputee, and he's like a 4th or 5th degree black belt.
Wow.
And he wins able-bodied brackets too.
That's amazing.
But, like, you're going to ask a brand new adaptive athlete to compete against him. Like, that's not fair, man.
For sure.
It's cool, but
I mean, what would you say to maybe somebody who's interested in starting jiu-jitsu who has cerebral palsy? Like, I mean, what advice would you give them?
to show up and watch classes first, like, take it easy. I wouldn't tell them just to jump in right away. Like, get to know the coaches, get to know the different body types, or not body types, but like just the different people that are here, and see if they're going to even be willing and open to, like, accept somebody with a disability. Because the gym I'm at now is not the gym I started at.
Okay.
And so, yeah, take your time and then ease into it.
Okay.
What are some signs of a healthy gym culture to you? Like, if you walk into a gym and you're like, oh, this is green flag, red flag, like, what are you kind of looking for?
I mean, the biggest thing is, like, good hygiene.
Yeah.
I mean, making sure the mats are cleaned and stuff daily. You know, a lot of wrestling gyms, they don't clean the mats. But also just like the support and clicks, like gyms with less clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, where everyone's more open and it's like one community, right?
Yeah, I feel like gyms with multiple clicks can be it can still be a good, healthy environment, but it can also turn into like a toxic, scary environment, especially when you're trying to make friends and you're here for a community. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, our gym, like, we have our competitors that are like, we train together.
Right, so you're a little closer.
But everyone gets along and everyone's friends and everyone supports each other. Whenever one of our MMA guys are fighting on a local card, like, we all get tickets. We all get like a section in the arena as a gym, like, just support and looking out for each other.
That's amazing. What gym are you at right now?
I'm at Conquest in Maryland, and that's under Vicente Jr.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
What would you say are some misconceptions about cerebral palsy, or about, like, honestly, even jiu-jitsu in general and being an adaptive athlete? Like, what is that? What are some misconceptions you find often from people?
A lot of people think just because I have cerebral palsy that I can't do things on my own. That's like the biggest thing.
Like what?
Just like, I mean, I drive a car. Like I drive with modifications. But every now and then, like, I'll talk to somebody, they're like, you drive? Like, yeah, man. Like, and that people with cerebral palsy can't be active. Like, CP affects people in so many different ways. But that doesn't mean you can't be active. Like, there's different ways to be active. And then a lot of people think cerebral palsy gets worse as you grow older, and that's not the case. Obviously, if you just sit on your couch and do nothing, your mobility is going to get worse. But the actual diagnosis is not going to get worse.
Right.
But you can absolutely make it better by how active and involved you are with physical therapy and sports. That's the biggest one, is that people think it gets worse, which it doesn't.
Right. Would you say that training jiu-jitsu has like helped you feel better?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. If I don't train for like a week, my muscles and like arm starts to stiffen up. So when I was a little kid, my arm was like fused to my chest. Like, I don't know if the camera can see this. It was like fused to my chest, and I had surgery to take it away from my chest, stretch the tendons, and fuse the thumb. But if I don't train for like a week, it starts to stiffen back up.
Gotcha.
And my hip gets really tight. So
training really makes you like.
training really helps. Yeah, training really, really helps.
That's amazing. Because I think for a lot of people, when they think about, and just like everyone, not just adaptive athletes, but when people go to train jiu-jitsu, they think like, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get injured and I don't want to get hurt and I want to take care of my body. Where I think, to me, like, it is taking care of your body.
It is taking care of your body. Even when I go on vacation or work trips, like, I always bring a no-gi set.
Yeah.
Or I always bring a gi, even if it's just one training session, just to get it in. So, like, I don't stiffen up and start hurting.
Yeah. That always makes sense. I mean, we always feel better if we train. You know, if we don't train for a week or two, we feel it ourselves. You know, like like mentally too. You know, you just need to like get it out and train and have a hard roll in, and we always feel better.
There's nothing better than it's really hard to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to make it to 6 a.m. class.
They got 6 a.m. class. Man, we got 7:30.
Yeah, we got late. We got sleeping in class.
But after the 6 a.m. class, walking to the car, like after the class, it's like, man, this is a great start to my day.
Yes.
Like, I'm glad I got up and went to jiu-jitsu. But it is very hard, especially when I get home at like 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eat and then go to bed and up at 4:30. But I have to find ways to get my tour days in.
Dang, man, that's awesome. Shout out Morning Crew.
Yeah. Morning is awesome.
I wanted to ask about your work with the Special Olympics. So, like, what do you do for them? How did you get into that?
So I was a Special Olympic athlete myself for multiple years when I was younger. And when I was in school, I studied sports journalism at Alabama and interned with Special Olympics Maryland. And then I graduated the semester before COVID. So as I was applying to jobs at news stations and newspapers and media entities, there was no jobs.
Yeah.
Like, sports wasn't a thing.
Right.
But one of the supervisors that I met during my internship with Maryland in school called me and was like, hey, do you want to do a fellowship? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, it can only be like 25 hours. I was like, it's better than nothing. Like, right now there is nothing, so I'll take anything. Did that, and that turned into a full-time job. So now I do like marketing and communications and write stories on athletes, coaches, the whole thing.
That's awesome.
So cool.
What did you said you were an athlete when you were younger?
Yeah, I was a swimmer, played basketball and football,
That's cool.
and I tried kayaking and cycling for a year, but I didn't really like those
Yeah.
sports.
Dang, man, you've done like everything.
Yeah, literally.
I've tried just about every sport. I played baseball my whole life. I rode motocross. My poor mom. I got flown to shock trauma twice in a 10-day span.
From what, the motocross? Yeah, I assume.
And the second time the doctor like looked at me, or the nurse looked at me, and she was like, dude, your mom's gonna kill you. But my parents, my mom specifically, like threw me into the fire. Like any sport I wanted to do, she never said no, just because I had cerebral palsy. She was like, it's gonna be tough and you're probably gonna lose a lot before you figure out how to win. But you know, they had one rule growing up, was like we couldn't quit the sport in the middle of the season. Like I didn't have to do it the next season, but I had to finish out
What you started.
what I started. And I skydive. That's another thing I do.
I love
I
you,
have
man.
no excuses. I have no excuses.
So I want to talk about that actually, because I hear so many people. You know, we run the kids classes also, and so a lot of the time we're talking to the parents. We're like, hey, you should get out here, you know, and they're like, oh, like I'm older, or my back hurts or whatever. Like I can't.
Start laughing. He gets.
And something I already love about you is you're such a no excuses kind of guy,
Yes.
which is so cool. And
Oh, you throw something my way, I'll say yes. I'm a yes man. Like I will say yes, even if even if I end up not liking it. Like I'll try it.
yeah.
Like if it seems cool and sounds cool, like I'll try it.
What do you like? What's your mindset during, you know, like competition? I think is a great example because it's one of those things that's so exceptionally hard and so exceptionally outside of people's comfort zone. Like, do you have like some self-talk in your head? Like,
Yeah, what are your like pre-comp rituals?
yeah, I want to kind of,
Habits?
yeah.
So I obviously listen to music, and then people are gonna make fun of me for being a fanboy. But every tournament before I compete, I always watch Cole Abate
Yeah.
compete. Like people are gonna laugh at me for that, but his style and his jiu-jitsu just gets me so fired up. Like I want my jiu-jitsu like his. And so I watch his highlight films, I watch his highlight matches, and listen to music. And then my grandfather always told me a quote. I actually have it tattooed on my heart in his handwriting. Tell me I can't and I will. So I always tell myself that, like, tell me I can't do this and I'll do it just to show you I can.
Yeah.
Whether I do it again or not, like I'm going to do it this time just to prove you wrong. Because growing up, people would always tell me I can't do this or that. The Little League baseball president told me I couldn't play baseball because I couldn't catch the ball and throw it with one hand. Mm-hmm. And my parents were like dumbfounded because haven't you ever heard of Jim Abbott from the Yankees? Like he had one hand and he played in the MLB.
Right.
So I went over and tried out for the travel ball team and made it.
That's awesome.
So like it was way better than Little League anyways, because I got to travel.
Show them you can. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a saying I still tell myself, still to this day.
So it sounds like growing up, your parents also didn't give you the. I mean, there's no excuse. You know, you got. I mean, try it. Let's see.
Yeah, they raised me just like my siblings. Like they didn't raise me any different because I had CP. I mean, if anything, they raised me harder because I had those like competition aspirations and those aspirations to like be successful in sports, where my siblings played sports too, and they were very good, but like I wanted to reach like the pinnacle of each sport. Like I wanted to see how high and how far I could go. The goal was to play college sports. Then I realized I was 125 pounds soaking wet. So, you know.
You found jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I found jiu-jitsu.
That's something I love about jiu-jitsu is I feel like everyone can still compete at a high level, which is awesome, you know? So I have people come in here who are, you know, master 5, master 6, and they're like, well, like obviously I can't compete. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can, you know, and you can compete at worlds, like at the world level in jiu-jitsu, which I think is really cool.
Start in a finals match.
Yeah.
It's very cool how IBJJF or jiu-jitsu in general is like the one sport, and maybe MMA too if your gym has like a UFC fighter that's training there, but like combat sport outside of boxing, because boxing's very exclusive, you can compete alongside the literally best in the sport and train with the best in the sport whenever you want. Like, you can never do that with the NBA or with the NFL or with the MLB or NHL. But like jiu-jitsu, all you have to do is pay a drop-in for your AOJ and you're training with 20 plus world champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so funny that you said that because when I was a blue belt juvenile, yeah. Do you know Mia Finegra?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she was in my division at blue belt, and oh my gosh, my goal. So I had one match, and then I was gonna go up against Mia, and that was that was 100% gonna happen if I won my first match. And all I could focus on was, I want to train with Mia. I want to train with Mia. I want to win this match just so I could train with Mia. And I did, and I got to roll with her. I mean, like, coolest 3.5 minutes of my life, you know?
That's so cool.
So, she destroyed, as she just played with me. Like, I don't know, 20 points or something crazy. But, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, I got to train and roll with the best in the world. I mean, she's the youngest black belt to ever win adult worlds. Like, that's insane. I got to train with her, and you're right, that never happens in any other sport, and I love that.
Yeah, and when I compete at Master 1 black belt eventually, like the guys that are in Master 1 black belt at the light featherweight division, like Jiao Miao, like a legend of the sport, and he's going to be my introduction to black belt. Like, on one hand, that's the coolest thing ever. On the other hand, pray for me.
Yeah.
Like, but it's so cool that there's an avenue for that, because I think that's also why the sport has grown the way it has. It's like the options to compete are there.
Right.
Like, it's not exclusive. Like, anyone can sign up.
Right.
And so I think that gets a lot of people interested. They're like, oh, I can compete at the high level. Like, whether I win or lose, I can still say I put my name in the bracket.
Yeah.
Whereas other sports, that'll never be a possibility.
Right.
Absolutely.
And we were just talking about how, like, you know, we're seeing every division get better every year. Like, that's just raising the bar.
Every division is getting bigger and bigger. I know the Pan Ams a couple months ago, there was more master athletes than adult athletes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There was more master athletes signed up than adult athletes.
Amazing. That's really cool.
Like, that just shows how big the sport's growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about this when we go to JitsuCon. Like, you're walking around the venue and there's just like Michael Jordans of the sport just like walking by you, you know? Like, I remember, I think it was last year, one of our students was competing, one of our gray belt students. And so I like sit down, he comes out, and then because I'm coaching him, right? And then Guy Mendez comes over and sits down right next to me, and I'm like, oh, hello.
That's so
And then
cool.
Cole and then Mia next to you.
Yeah, and then later in the day,
Tynan too, right?
yeah, I was like Tynan, Cole, and Mia, and I'm like, oh, hello, you know.
That's so cool.
It's so crazy. I'm like right next to these legends, you know. It's really crazy.
When I was in Portugal, the day I competed, like Kennedy was there,
Yeah.
like Cabrinha was there. Like it was so cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's sweet. Like I think it's still young enough where those people are, or the sport is still young enough where those people are accessible, right? Like you were saying, like you can still talk to them and find them, and they're everywhere. It's awesome.
I honestly don't know. Like even 20 years from now, I don't know if the sport's gonna ever be exclusive.
You think so?
like other sports. Like I don't know if it can get that popular. Because it's just not a mainstream sport.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we'll ever fill like a 80,000 person stadium.
You don't think so?
No,
So what do you? So I know you were saying you.
not for gi jiu-jitsu.
So, you were saying you wanted to see jiu-jitsu in the Olympics one day, right?
Yeah,
And I've heard a lot of different opinions on this, and I'm sure you have too, right? Where
there's too many rule sets.
yeah, right. So what do you think about that?
There's too many rule sets. So the chief of sport for Special Olympics used to work with the IOC. So I've had numerous discussions with him. I'm like, man, I want to demo jiu-jitsu for Special Olympics because Special Olympics Europe has judo. So I was like, let me demo jiu-jitsu. Like, and there's a whole process. Like, it's a lot of time, a lot of work. But I was talking to him about the Olympics and Paralympics, and there's just too many rule sets that nobody can agree on.
Right.
And politics is what's ultimately holding jiu-jitsu out of the Olympics. There's an event called the World Games. It happens every even year between the Olympics. And it's basically a competition that like you test the sport. And they have jiu-jitsu in that.
Oh
I
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, they have jiu-jitsu in that event. But that's like the testing of the event and like a dry run of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you see it going into the Olympics?
I hope so. I don't think it will, unfortunately. I hope it does. I'm going to keep advocating for it, but ultimately I don't think it will.
So what are your goals in jiu-jitsu? Like, do you want, I know you said you want to just train until your body gives out basically, right? But do you have some big comp aspirations? Like, oh, I want like this title or this thing, or are you just in it? Are you just in it for the love of the game? Like,
Yeah, what's the plan?
I definitely want to compete as long as I can at the elite level. Like I'll continue to compete in masters when I'm older, but like I want to go as long as my body allows me to at this like higher level competing. And then obviously like I want to be the best adaptive athlete in the world. Like I want, when it's all said and done, I want to be known as like one of the goats of para jiu-jitsu. In 2024, I got silver at Abu Dhabi Worlds. I lost in the finals to the guy that had won 4 years in a row. So my goal is to go back to Abu Dhabi and win gold. But then also like just add a few more Grand Slams to my resume. I want to be the first with CP to earn a podium spot at an IBJJF major. I've gotten close, but I want to be the first guy with CP. Like it all evolves around competition.
Yeah.
Like I want to be, you know, I don't know if I want to open a gym, but like I want to be like the Guy Mendez of para jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And then, you know, just teach seminars and have fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to open up a gym. That seems like too much work. I just want to train.
He's like, but I want to beat the best in the world.
Yeah, that's not the hard.
Yeah, not that hard at all. No, I mean, that's awesome. Like, again, I have no excuse. I don't know why I don't sign up more.
I know.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's so exciting. It's really cool. Like, I think just hearing your story, like, I don't know, the way that you just chase everything so violently is just makes me so excited to do more, you know? But
It's fun. Like the biggest thing is like, I think a lot of people are they're scared to fail so much that they won't even try.
Yeah.
And if you just look at any high level athlete in any sport, like the level of greatness that they've accomplished took a lot of guts and fear. Like, I don't know if you watched The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary.
No, I haven't.
Like, his mindset, like, he wanted to be the best, and he was like, I am so scared to fail. Like, that he put everything he had into it. Obviously, like, I'm scared to fail, but I'd rather fail than sit at home on my couch and not even try.
do you have any athletes that you look up to?
In jiu-jitsu or
I guess in general, I was thinking more like mindset wise, like in sports in general. But if you have some jiu-jitsu ones too.
I mean, mindset wise, Kobe Bryant comes to mind, the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
And just the way he handled things. But I also went to the University of Alabama. So Nick Saban, a lot of Nick Saban's quotes and mindset coaching the players, like, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it at the highest of standards, even when you don't feel like it. Like, and then everybody needs to do their job in order for the team that finds success. Just Nick Saban, Kobe Bryant, Michael Phelps. I was a big Michael Phelps fan growing up swimming.
Yeah.
He's also a Maryland native, so
Nice.
hometown boy. But yeah, in any athlete that's reached the pinnacle of their sport, I've at least either read their autobiography or have watched highlights of them for hours on YouTube.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask, is there any other like topic you want to bring up?
No, I went through my cards. Did you want to talk about anything else specifically?
I just want to say, like, you know, outside of competition, like, yes, I am a competitor, but I also teach seminars promoting disability in combat sport. And while the technique is great, and that's like why we're ultimately going to jiu-jitsu class and going to seminars, is to learn a technique, to apply it to our game. The biggest thing I want to do is just promote like inclusion in the sport and like teach those lessons to the coaches, to the owners, to the teammates on how to have a inclusive, welcoming environment. And then also, like, especially when we have kids come to the seminars, like, just show them that it's okay to fail. It's okay to, like, not get the technique right away. And then just watching them have fun. And I think teaching the youth about individuals with disability at a young age is super, super important. So when they get old enough and they have those interactions with people with disabilities, they don't get frightened or they don't get scared.
Right.
So yeah, I do that.
How can people contact you? Do you have like an email or something?
I mean, my Instagram DMs are open, and then I have like a inquiry form in my bio, and then it's the One-Handed Bandit.
That's right. Put the link in the description there. You guys can click on that.
Who do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out Gaidama because I've been signed with Gaidama as an athlete for 2 years now, and They've been the most supportive company, supportive group of people that I could ask for. I am the first adaptive athlete that they've signed, and that means a lot to me because it's showing the community and just the sport in general that like this is what we're doing, and adaptive athletes have a space in this sport, and I'm just so proud to wear their gear and represent them because of what they stand for and supporting me too.
Yeah. I love that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. Well, RJ, thank you so much for talking to us and making the trek down here. I know it was a bit of a drive and everything, so I really appreciate you being here. It means a lot to us. I think for me specifically, like I always get, like I talked about earlier, really nervous to compete. I'm like, oh, what if, right? And then talking to you, I'm just like what am I scared about, right? Like I need to be more like you, I need to just get after it more, and so you're so inspiring, and I think people are really gonna like this one.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, RJ. I really, really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And good luck tomorrow. Is it tomorrow
Thank you.
or Sunday?
Both days.
Right.
Okay.
Tomorrow's your
This weekend,
gi division, right?
We'll see you
Yeah.
there. He's also competing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
we're excited to see you there. Good luck.
Why didn't you sign up?
Yeah. See after the
Tell her.
conversation.
Tell her, RJ.
After the conversation, I realized, this is not gonna go well. Maybe I should have. I didn't feel like it.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Sweet. All right. Thanks so much, RJ.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.